I definitely want to get an update on wings, man. But
there's a big update.
There's a huge update.
All right, let's wait for Taylor.
Oh, okay.
And then until then, I can get my gun question. Because you said you like a gun. Are you an aficionado or like?
Yeah,
it sounds like you like guns.
I ran the biggest gun YouTube channel in the world for years. I owned well over 100 guns. I don't like to use the word expert, but I'm pretty well versed.
Got you. Okay, so is there a way to get a gun online?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
how do
you're gonna want to, you have to go through your local gun store or get yourself a federal firearms license so that you are in fact a store if you wanted it like directly mailed to you. What there isn't, and this is one of those political hot button issues, people talk about online gun sales and how there's no background check, and that's just a lie that people tell. What happens when you buy a gun online is they ask you for your, what dealer do we need to mail this to? And then they mail the gun to your local dealer, your local gun store. And then you go into that gun store and you're like, hey, is the gun here? And they're like, yeah, this one's for you, Bill. Just fill out your background check, show me your identification, we'll run your paperwork, we'll handle the transaction, and we're done. The reason to buy guns online is if you're getting a good price, like better than you'd get in a gun store, or if you're buying like a used firearm from another individual. Like if I wanted to sell you a gun, not me because I can't anymore, but if Woody wanted to sell you a gun, the
purely hypothetical.
Yeah, if you guys were in the same room, you could just give him $500 and he could hand you the firearm, and that's perfectly legal. But if you wanted to do some shipping, then you would give him your local gun store's information, just their address and all that stuff, and he would go to his gun store, and they would mail the gun, through UPS to the gun store, and you'd go in there, fill the paperwork out, and they'd handle the transaction for you.
So is there places like, because you hear this all the time, because I don't know shit about guns. I don't know nothing. I could shoot. Like I went to firearms, the range a couple times. I have a Glock 40, but I don't ever touch it. It's just in case some shit pop off. That's it. But I want something a little more powerful than a Glock 40 in case some shit pop off. And so
like a long gun?
Yeah, like some kind of something that'll really, you know what I mean?
Woody and I are going to be on the same. Woody and I are going to pretty much agree completely on that, I would guess, and that's a shotgun, a 12-gauge shotgun, probably a pump action because they're 100% reliable. And at that point, there are really only two options. They're both about $350 to $500, and that would be a Remington 870, which is my preferred ergonomic setup, or the Mossberg 500, I guess. They're both ultra reliable 12-gauge pump action shotguns. With a shotgun, it's just going to instantly kill anyone that's in your home if you're shooting buckshot or something like that.
Remington 870, you said?
Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds.
Or Mossberg 500. Is that the other one you like?
Yeah, I would prefer the Remington 870. I like where the safety is on that one, and I like where the pump release is located on that one. They're just more ergonomic for me, and it's what I grew up with. But those things are $300 to $500 depending on which one you get. And there's some of them that are made for bird hunting. There are some of them that are made for like turkey hunting, which is a different kind of bird hunting and requires a different kind of firearm. And then there are tactical and self-defense models. And but if you're talking about something that you could just put in the closet, and if some dude broke into your house, you'd feel 1,000% secure that like it don't matter what he's on, it doesn't matter how many weights he pumped before he got there, it doesn't matter if he's on meth and steroids and he's mad and he wants to get you. If you shoot somebody in the same room as you with a 12-gauge shotgun, it's going to fucking destroy them. Whereas with a pistol, maybe not so much. You know, a crazy guy.
What's the range on a shotgun?
It's a lot farther than you would think based on movies and video games.
Video games is not good because I run around with the shotgun and Valorant and be getting towed up.
Yeah, at 50 yards, you'd still kill a person with
50 yards.
Farther than that,
that's
really.
more than enough for me then.
And if you were shooting like slugs, 100 yards, they'll really reach out and touch stuff because at the end of the day, it's shooting a handful of like 30 caliber balls at 1,300 feet per second. and they're not going to slow down to like slow down that much at 50 yards, 100 yards. They're still going. If you hit the person, it's going to fuck them up. I've seen a lot of people get shot in the bird field with like bird shot, which is little bitty pellets, like they pale in comparison to like buckshot, which is legit. And it goes way into their skin at like 60, 70 yards. Like it fucks people up.
Jesus.
But I get something like that.
Why online, Arian? What attracted you to doing it online?
I don't like people that much. So I mean, I guess, but I guess I still have to go out and go to the gun store then.
What state are you in?
Texas.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right. Go to the gas station. They got one there. Texas, dude. Texas? Are you kidding me? Go to a gun show. Fuck everything else. Find a big gun show.
So you can just go, I can just go buy one and just walk up and get one?
Yeah, it'll be no big deal. I mean, you fill out a little background check form, which is like basic information. So I think maybe your social security. If you had a concealed carry permit, which depending on the state, there's different requirements to get them. In Georgia, if you want a concealed carry permit, you give them like $50 and your thumbprint, and they're like, here you go. And they give you a fucking concealed carry permit. In North Carolina, where Woody is, he had to go through like a class where you prove some proficiency.
I think you got to take a class here. You got to take a class.
It's worth having. It's worth having one of those. Like having one of those. For one thing, the biggest thing for me, because I used to buy so many guns, you don't even have to do that background check anymore. Because just having that concealed carry permit proves that you're legit. So you can just be like, yeah, I got one of these. It's like, oh, all right, well, I'll just use that then. They don't even have to run your info anymore. But
and you can just walk up to the counter and grab one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I want to do.
There's no waiting period. There's no not in Texas. There's no and it won't take long either. By the time you've like picked your gun out, like they'll be running your information and you can go pick out what kind of shotgun shells you want. And by the time you've got those picked out and paid for, you'll be done. Like it's 10 minutes.
The only thing I was gonna add, so if you buy it online, it's probably not important to you. They charge an extra like $15 or $35 ish for your local store to do the background check. If you buy locally, usually that's free.
Yeah. They'll often call it a transfer fee or something like that. It's just something to. It's just so that they're getting paid for something, right? Because like they're handling all the paperwork and they are doing the transaction. And if you bought it from somebody else, they become an unpaid middleman, and they don't like that.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah, or else they would do it. Yeah, it'd be free.
The only other thing, I have a Remington 870, but mine's the Marine one, which is cool because it's silver. Yeah,
that's what I was getting at. The different kinds of them, there's some of them that like look cooler than others.
The Marine.
Definitely, I was looking at some of them. Some look like old as shit, but some got that.
Check out the Marine one. It's two things. One, it's a little shorter. I guess so you could use it inside your small yacht, and also it's rust resistant, and I think it looks cool.
It does look cool. That's a cool one. And then like, I would add a flashlight to that motherfucker that you flick on with by just squeezing one of your hands in its natural firing position. And you can get this little thing that goes on the stock that'll hold like 5 to 8 shotgun shells extra, and you'll be a lethal motherfucker.
So what about the TAC, like TAC 14? I'm looking at it.
It's probably got some sort of like AR
it's just like stuff. It doesn't have like a like the shoulder thing, like when you like where you push it in your shoulder. It's more of like a handheld kind of feel.
I don't do that. No, don't do that.
Okay, yeah. Don't do that.
No, you want to stock. This is like some movie gun bullshit right here. This is like, if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe rock one of these on your motorbike, but you don't want that. No, you want to stock. You want to get that thing, because I mean you're a big dude anyway, but like the first time you shoot it, it's still gonna kind of kick you a little bit because you've never done it before.
Right.
But like once you like get used to it, like I can shoot one in each hand. I can do some silly stuff with them, and I'm not all that strong.
And the other thing, of course, Kyle knows this, but when you first get a pump shotgun, shoot it a little bit and get used to it. When I was brand new to it, I made a mistake. I think it's Kyle helped me. Short shucking. And the pump, you got to pull it all the way back and push it all the way forward. And it's best if you do it like a man, like boom, boom, like get it all the way back, all the way forward.
Right.
If you go halfway or maybe you're a little sissy on it, then you can introduce unreliability. So
yeah, you got to build a little muscle memory. it was kind of foreign to me because I was shooting one of these things when I was 7 years old. So like I couldn't understand that, but it's definitely, yeah. The one Woody's got is like $850.
Is it? Okay.
$880, I think. Like here's.
I think it was cheaper in the day.
You could probably find it cheap. And another thing is used guns is it's not like used cars. There's so few moving parts, and guns are so reliable. And oftentimes people don't to wear. I've never heard of people wearing guns out. Like it's just not a thing. Like my dad has an 870 that the one I'm talking about that I shot when I was 7. He still got it. It's an 870 Wingmaster that he bought when he was 25 years old, and he's still got. And he's 65 now, and it works fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a little rusty. It's a little scratched up, but it's going to work every fucking time you pump it. And I'm telling you, there's nothing more lethal inside a house and nothing easier to shoot as far as hitting a man-sized target at medium ranges, because it's going to shoot a kind of a spread of pellets.
So what kind of like AR would you recommend?
So it depends on price point, but for like $1,000, you can get anything you want. There's a lot of AR companies, right? Like Daniel Defense are good. Noveski is good. It just depends what you want your AR-15 to do. If you're going to go to the range and shoot paper with it, who cares? If you're going to like go to like bench rest competitions or 3-gun competitions, you need a lot. You might need some fancy attachments.
I just want to in case some shit pop off. I just want one of those.
Yeah, you can get that done for like $650, $750. I would just get like a Smith & Wesson. I don't know. Smith & Wesson is good. Daniel Defense is quite good.
So this sounds like an indoor gun, Kyle. What would you do for a sight?
Red dot.
Red dot. Okay.
I get a red dot personally.
Well, I was asking the thought process. I have a red dot on mine, but if I haven't touched it for a while, the battery can be dead. And that sounds like a spot Arian could be in 2026 or something.
It depends on
shit.
It depends on the optics. like I'm definitely not an optics expert or anything, but there are optics that use iridium, which is a radioactive element. So there is no battery really, and they'll just stay lit forever. Like literally. Well, there's a half-life of, I don't remember what it is, but it's like a half-life of literally like 800,000 years or something like that. Like will be good for the foreseeable future of the planet. The gun will turn to dust before the sight stops working.
The Earth will hit the sun before the sight stops working.
And the other thing is, man, like if you really think about the nuts and bolts of having a gun battle inside your fucking house, are you really going to be aiming? This ain't Call of Duty. You're going to spray that motherfucker down. You're going to start shooting. And
I was Valorant training, man. Crosshairs be up, dog.
Like, you ever play paintball or airsoft or anything like that?
Bro, yes.
Oh, I mean, if you've ever run up on somebody,
that shit hurts, dog.
Like when I run up on somebody,
tell you that like that.
And airsoft,
Thanks,
there's no aiming. It's just like,
yeah, he's spraying. Yeah, he's
spraying.
Bro, so my first paintball experience was like, it was one of the homies was like, yo, we're gonna go grab some paintballs. And in your mind, it's like, yo, the paint just explodes on you. You're gonna have a good time with your fellas. And I was like, yeah, let's do that shit. But it was like, yo, wear long sleeves, so because it could sting a little bit. I was like, it makes sense. It's like a gun. And so we all shooting, and all of a sudden, my dude catches me in the shoulder, and it's just like a yap. And I was like, fuck this. I threw my gun. I was like, bro, do not shoot me again. I'm out. I am fuck this game. Like, what? Big ass bruise on my shoulder. I was like, dog, why do we do this? Whose idea was this?
I've been pinned down by shots, right? They hit me. And it's like, all right, all I want to do is leave. So you stop shooting me, right? Yeah. But they're going to keep shooting me till I leave. And I can't leave because they're shooting me. And I've got a little bit of cover, like a fallen 6-inch tree that I'm ducking behind. And it's like, yeah, they think I'm cheating because they know they hit me. I know they hit me. All I want to do is stop being hit, but I don't want to stand up because they put a few extras in you.
Then you stick your hand up to show that you're out, and you catch like sticks off the knuckles and the back of the hand. That puts me in like the most furious mood. When
Bro,
I'm
you be
paintballing.
mad. You be fight 'em.
Because that's happened to everybody who plays paintball. That happened a million
like
times
the
on the
pain.
trip where you try and surrender and no, you just catch them all off. The fingers are the worst place. I hate that. Or the
Bruh,
neck. The neck sucks.
The neck is horrible.
And then we
I
play
like pain.
paintball when it's, I don't know, 115 degrees out. And they're like, here, Woody, here's like a padded sweater, some gloves, and a hat, and this and that. And it's like, I don't know what's worse, the heat exhaustion or the paintballs.
Yeah,
Well, on our trip, we made that decision, remember? Because we all went out there like more in like jackets, like lighter jackets, and it was so hot within like 15-20 minutes. I think we all came back and we're like, I'll deal with the sting because we're gonna die out here.
I'd rather die. Fuck it, I'll pass out.
Was that the last time that you?
And they're gonna shoot me while I'm passed out because that
He's
shit
pretending
hurts.
to be dead. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, dog, nah. No, that wasn't the last time I went. One more time. It was in 2016. I went. They convinced me to go again. It was like we trained together, so it was like a whole bunch of NFL dudes, and we went to like a real paintball course. And I was like, I remembered it vividly from last time, and so I was like, I'm gonna pad up. I'm gonna wear 2-3 sweaters. I was padded up.
Mm-hmm.
I got hit in the shoulder again. I was like, bro, fuck this shit. I'm out. That's why I sat out. It hurts, dog.
How are you getting hammered by like 350-pound guys and
They
then you get caught in the shoulder? You're like,
it's different. It's a
really?
different pain. It's
sharp.
It's anticipated. Like, so when you're on the football field, like, it's a sharper pain, and you know what kind of, how it's coming, when it's coming, you kind of expect it. This shit's like, if somebody's you just watching TV and somebody comes and like smacks you in the back of the head. Like, it might not hurt as bad, but you're just furious at the spontaneity of the fucking blow. It's just,
we played a lot of paintball. I grew up playing paintball, and my manager, she used to represent paintball fields, and so like the paintball field was paying me to come and do like events and like advertise on my YouTube channel, and I did definitely one, maybe two like that. And after a while, I was like, let's just take all the money that they're paying me and use that for like flights and travel, and bring in like eight YouTubers, and like just get a huge event going on. So we started doing that instead. And so like Woody and Taylor and like half a dozen other YouTubers, we'd all go to this paintball field in Chicago, and we'd all make videos and stuff, get our fans to show up. So we'd get several hundred fans to show up, and we'd play in these big paintball scenario games where they play on like 100-acre field that's full of like towns and cities and obstacle courses, and there'd be like 600 people on each side fighting each other. It was just crazy paintball.
nope.
that was so much fun.
Yeah, I love paintball.
Sounds amazing. Is there a way to make the guns like a little less, not like they fire really fast? So if you lessen the fire rate, it probably won't be as fun, right?
You could lower the velocity, but everybody's wants to shoot as fast as they're allowed to shoot their gun, because the paintball has a big arc anyway, even at 280 feet per second. But if you're at 250, it's just like lobbing them in there. The rate of fire is kind of a problem, because the guns, like the gun that I've got, the gun that Woody's got, it's just a machine gun. It's shooting, just really spitting paintballs out. So when you get shot, you don't get shot once. You get shot 3 or 4 times. And if somebody panic fires you at close range, they might accidentally shoot you 10 fucking times. And if you're playing, like I said, it's 600 people versus 600 people. So you could easily get in a scenario where you make a left around the corner and you didn't know it, but there's like 8 guys over there, and all 8 of them are going to shoot at you 10 times. And accuracy is going to vary, but you could easily get shot fucking 20 times like that, like, and you're just covered up. And like when you feel that pain, like where you've been shot like 10, 15 times in a split second, your body doesn't know how to compute it. Your body's like,
That's facts.
It's like
your
bees.
body, it's like you got stung by a whole swarm of bees, and your body's just like, fuck, what did you do? Pain.
Yeah,
it doesn't even know how to say leg, arm, chest, ear. It's just like pain.
Yeah, I've never given up like in such a like because like there's no way to like, you don't really want to cheat like in paintball. That's what I found. You don't want to be like, you don't want to get hit and continue playing, because like once you hit, you're like, I fuck it. I said fuck it, and then like they keep shooting you. Fuck, that's just it's one of the worst feelings. Yes, my love. Sorry.
Airsoft hurts more. Airsoft is guns that look like real guns, and they shoot little plastic pellets, little plastic balls that are hard plastic. They're small though, like paintball is 68 caliber, and I want to say that like airsoft is what, like 7 millimeter or 0.7 millimeter.
Quarter
They're tiny.
inch. Yeah.
They're real fucking tiny. I can't even think of like what to compare them
It's like
to, but they go
BBs,
400
like
feet per second. Bigger than BBs, maybe like twice as big as a BB, 3 times. But they're hard plastic, weighted plastic, and they go 400 feet per second, like 35% faster than a paintball. And
What's the point of those though? Because paintball is like obviously for like games and stuff. Like, what is it?
airsoft's the same thing.
It's
Or
the
like
same thing. The crowds tend to be a little more milsim.
Tactical.
You know, I was
Yeah.
going to say tactical, but there's tactics in paintball. It's just more milsim tactics where, you know, you can shoot really straight and you can maybe snipe a bit farther. You dress like you would if you were in military combat. And
But how do you know if you got hit though?
You'll know.
It hurts, so you know pretty. You know the pain is a little interesting. Like if I were to hit your bare skin, I think it would hurt even more than a paintball. Having said
yeah.
that, floppy clothing like a jacket is way more effective against airsoft than it is against a paintball. Paintball, well, like a loose T-shirt, a paintball doesn't give a fuck about a loose T-shirt. It still hurts.
Fact, found that.
Airsoft does though. Like you really won't get hurt under a loose T-shirt. You know, if it's the part on your chest where it sits flush, it hurts. But if it's like the middle of your back, you're gonna be fine. So sometimes you just like hear it's real distinctive, this like tick 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 of it hitting your jacket, and you know you've been hit. But there's a bit of an honor system because
That's what I was saying more.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't
like-
mark you.
But I've with the paintball, I feel like I'm lucky when I hit a guy. With airsoft, it's so much more like I had basically like an M4, if like a assault rifle, and I had a scope on it, and I could really hit what I was aiming at. And I'm just like shooting a rope at a guy, and he's begging me to stop, and I was like, "Oh, this shit really works."